Welcome to the Schedule Board Key Insights and Essentials video. This presentation includes important points every Schedule Board user should be aware of prior to beginning the scheduling process. Let's begin. This presentation includes narration and music. Please utilize a speaker or headphones when listening to this video. This video includes the following information and more: scheduling board rules, importance of selecting the correct year, locked trials, information about request and roster and how it applies to the active trial only, how to view inactive students in the request and roster tool, information about accessing other tools from the schedule board, and more. Some of the schedule board rules include the following. When utilizing the schedule board, remember that only one person in a selected calendar can be using the schedule board at a particular time. If a location has multiple calendars, one user may be in each calendar at a time. This may be the case for schools with middle and high school calendars. To avoid data loss, only open the schedule board in a single browser window or tab. The first time you access the schedule board, you will make a copy of the rolled-in trial, and you will work in that copy or other subsequent copies. The trials area includes the active trial, which is the version everyone sees. If you're working on a non-active trial in the schedule board, other users must not work simultaneously in the request and roster tool or walk-in scheduler, or their changes will be overwritten when you make your trial the active trial. This is similar to two people editing the same document simultaneously where one person's changes are saved. This also means that if the trial you are using in the schedule board is the active trial, all teachers and end users will see any updates you make. To avoid this, make another trial active while working in the schedule board. Always verify you are in the correct year prior to making any changes. From now until July, when the next year becomes the active year, you will have edit access to both the current year and future year calendar. Always double check your calendar before making any changes to the current year enrollments or next year's schedule board. Only work in the schedule board for the upcoming year and not the current year. The request and roster tool only shows actively enrolled students in the active school year. This is the current school year until next year becomes the active year. This means that dropped students will be hidden for the current school year. All students enrolled in last year are not active because their enrollments have been end dated, and students for next year are not active because the year hasn't started and it is not the active year in Infinite Campus until July, when the current year officially ends. To view students in the request and roster tool for next year, you will have to check the Include Active Students box. The request and roster tool applies all changes to the active trial. So if you have already made a copy of the active trial and are working in the schedule board, you won't see anything applied in the request and roster tool. For this reason, please use the request and roster tool either before working in the schedule board or after the trial in the schedule board is made active. If you select the Course Planner, Staff Planner, or Request and Roster tool, you exit the trial in the schedule board. Be sure to click Save before exiting. If exiting the schedule board by selecting another tool in Infinite Campus or not saving, you may lose your changes or lock the trial. If a trial is locked, it can only be unlocked by the user that locked it. Other users will receive a message that the trial is locked. Fortunately, it is easy to unlock by simply selecting the trial, unchecking the locked box, and clicking Save. Thank you for viewing this video. Please return to the Google Classroom for other resources. Other helpful resources such as request and roster videos and more can be found on the Digital Learning channel. Users may also visit the Technical Learning Center via jcps.me/TLC or click on the question mark in the top right corner of Infinite Campus to view Infinite Campus resources for any tool.